I can see streaming on LinkedIn. Everything is okay, as I see. Let's start. Let me introduce myself. My name is Igor Palkin. I'm a founder and CIO of Agesta AI. It's artificial intelligence for project management. I imagine how I can help our colleagues to deal with projects and be more successful with lower routine works into projects. Today, I will plan to talk about only documents. Most of the companies has project management offices and manage their projects with a lot of documents. If you look at the PMI, you can see a lot of documents which are necessary to prepare during the initiation stage, planning stage, and execution stage. For example, we can build a project chapter, stakeholder register, analyze the processes. In the planning stage, first of all, we need to build a structured plan and compare it with our resources and allocate our resources. In the execution stage, we should gather information, make reports, and control quality of the deliverables. On closing stage, we can analyze situation and make a final report. Project manager spends up to 25% of their time on a routine administrative task. That's equivalent to 12 weeks per year. A significant portion of that goes to document preparation from the scratch and information gathering. In present time, we have two main approaches how to use AI. First of all, it's a Copilot approach. There we can interact with AI and ask them to do something and then change the result. The next stage is agent approach in automation execution of tasks. Today we will focus only on Copilot approach with AI agents, with 12 AI agents that can help us to prepare project management documents from entire life cycle. Let's start this demo. 1 second. I will share my screen. Dear colleagues, let's begin the demonstration. Now you can see the start screen of Agesta AI, an artificial intelligence platform for project management. On the portfolio dashboard page, you can see the summary of all projects and their key information. As I mentioned earlier, the AI needs to understand the company context and the type of services the company provides. And that's why Agesta AI should integrate to different layers of your business. For example, AI should understand your organizational chart and process description and statistics about them. On the screen, you can see the knowledge base of the fake company Big Telco. First of all, I want to show you the organizational chart. So let's open it. There you can see the description of organizational chart, the names, surnames, role position, description of department, so on. All this information will be very useful for future purposes when we start and execute AI agents. I should also understand what kind of processes and methodologies are used inside the company. For example, in a telecom company, we may have a set of customer support services. Here you can see a clear description of the current status of these processes, current performance metrics, and industry benchmarks, which can be achieved through the implementation of modern technologies. The most of the companies have project management policies and procedures. That document describes the key principles how to manage project inside this company. All of this information is very useful for AI agents, so they can handle all routine tasks within limits that described in our policies. Let's move to the project. On the left side of the screen, you can see the list of the existing projects. Each project has a set of the pages. For example, project overview, team, roadmap, Gantt, stakeholders, risks, emails, documents, and dashboards. So let's do deep dive into project. In the overview page, you can see the name of the project, description of project, key metrics, project stages regarding project management institute project lifecycle. Each of the stage has a set of AI agents that can help us to handle routine tasks during project management. So let's start our agent. First of them, it's a risk stakeholder analysis. Let's ask them to find 17 internal and external stakeholders. This agent read organizational chart, find departments, key stakeholders with names, surnames, and description of position, and propose the level of interest and influence to the project. We see the result of execution of this agent, the project stakeholder register, where we can see the internal stakeholders. You can see the names of our colleagues, which was given and read from our organizational chart. I also propose and do forecast about their interest and level of power, propose some kind of strategies, and also we have a group of external stakeholders, for example, our subcontractors, customers, partners, and so on. After that, we can save this to our system and take a look to our stakeholders page and analyze the situation in a table view with all the stakeholders, which was already collected with support of AI agent. Of course, we can edit it, delete some of them, add something new, and take a look in the matrix point of view. So let's run the next agent that can do for us process optimization. We just type run and submit button. This agent read the description of process and all the statistics from the previous years and propose the key activities how we can do optimization inside these processes to achieve benchmarks that can be met with existing technologies. Now we see the result of process optimization. AI agent finds some key points that can be improved in these customer support services. Propose about 10 recommendations with description and basic timeline how to implement them, and what kind of outcomes and deliverables can be met in this project. We can save it, this document, and take a look at them in this document page. We can read it again and download it to the Word. After that, we can run agents that can help us to build a strategic path, how to be more successful in implementing this kind of project. We can just type run and press the button submit. So let's take a look at the result of execution of agent. We can see some strategic alternatives, some different paths. It can help us to understand what kind of alternatives we have. We can move forward with our project. And also we have comparison matrix and can select one of them in the future. Then we can save them for future purposes, and we can see this document in this page, and if you wish, we can download it as any document. The next agent is project chapter. We can ask them some start data, some additional information. Here's the project chapter, the name of the project, a brief summary, sponsors, project managers, description of business case, project description, the main goals, scope definition, key stakeholders, budget estimation. You can save it. We can read it in the project document page. We can download them, sign with our colleagues, and start the project. The next one is the planning stage. We can build a communication plan. Here is a communication plan. There we can see the methods and frequency of communications and who is responsible for each of the communication channel. We can save it and use it later. Let's build organizational structure. You can see the project team page. It's empty. We can build our team with AI. AI reads the organizational chart. Here you can see the description for organizational chart, team skills asset. We can save it, and also we see them in the team page. We can edit it, add new team member, and manage them. Let's start building a risk management plan. It's a separate AI agent that can help us to build a complex risk management plan with the list of the exact quantity of the risks. For example, we can find 25 risks. 25, 1 second. This agent reads all existing data inside this project. So now we can see the risk analysis report, what kind of approach was implemented, what kind of categories of risk was analyzed in this project, the list of the risks. Also we can save it to the document, read it, and export them to the Word if you wish. Risk management plan. All the risks already put in our system. There you can see the list of the risks which was proposed by AI. We see the risk description, strategy, probability, impact, result score, the status, and mitigation actions that can be done regarding each of the risks, and who is responsible for these actions. Each of these persons we can see in our organizational chart. And of course, we can take a look to the risk register from the matrix point of view and understand the current situation. Let's move forward. The next agent during the planning stage, it's WBS agent. We can create the basic structure of project. Here we can see the basic structure of work. We can save it in a separate document if you wish. But the main value is that this plan already put in a Gantt chart. We can see it on this page. The next stage is the execution control. During the execution we can we should understand and check the quality of the deliverables, and AI can help us to build the quality KPIs. Here's the list of the deliverables and quality criteria, acceptance criteria, and the method and proposed method how we can control each of deliverables. We can save it. And of course, during the execution, we should do some kind of reports. It can be a weekly report, and run it. So now we see the weekly status report with structure, with some information. And of course, we can save them to our document page, extract them, and print them. On the closure stage, AI can help us to find lessons learned. You can just type run and submit. Execute it. We don't see any events regarding them. In the same approach, we can prepare final report. Here is the final report with some structure. Basic lessons learned and key recommendation for future purposes. Also, you can save them and close the project. In general, that's all that I want to tell you regarding how 12 AI agents can help us to deal with documents during entire project lifecycle. Dear colleagues, you can ask any questions. You can tell me in Microsoft Teams, or you can write your questions on LinkedIn streaming page. Hello, Amar, maybe.
Yes.
Please tell me your brief overview. Is it, in your opinion, is it useful for your projects?
I think it can be useful, yeah. It will need, you know, a lot of information, right? But it helps to reduce the amount of time.
It's perfect. All the attendees and all the was registered on LinkedIn page. I will send you the link to demo. You can
Demo,
test
okay,
it
nice.
by your own for free.
That's great.
You can test it.
I also work in training, so I don't know how much outreach you're doing, but maybe we can find a way that I can demo it to my groups, and potentially some of them may be interested in their buying.
Yes, of course. It's a very good idea. Of course, we can discuss it one-to-one. And the last one that I asked you, also I will send you the brief, very brief form in Google form. I want to understand what kind of industry, where you work, how many projects you managed and in one time, what kind of system you already use for management. For me, it's very important to help us and you to manage projects with lower risks and be more successful. Thank you very much, colleagues. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.